Hello everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're doing another TEW series. I'm going to be doing both the rewriting the business as well as this, which I'm going to be calling the Killer Instinct era. I think probably the Killer Instinct era, probably. And so essentially we're going to be doing this in July. What if Triple H took over WWE back in July instead of this month? So let's take a look. Our first show. I've also changed the product for this for the company to no style instead of what the current style is. I just like no style better. We start off Raw with Triple H. He comes out and he buries the WWE locker room. He says the WWE locker room has become soft. He wants his wrestlers to have a killer instinct about them, and they can either develop the killer instinct or they can fail and leave the company. This is essentially the start of a new era in the WWE, and our first pay-per-view going into this month is Money in the Bank. First match of the night is The New Day versus Ridge Holland and Sheamus, a 42 rated match. Not that great. It had a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. The New Day would beat Ridge Holland and Sheamus. So who had the best performance? Kofi Kingston had the best overall performance. Having no announcers made the match come off badly. Ooh, okay, we gotta fix that. Okay, and after the match, Sheamus and Ridge Holland would come out there, and they would after the match, Sheamus and Ridge Holland would come out there and beat up Kofi Kingston, and Xavier was upset that they lost the match. And yes, I have changed brands, so instead of being on SmackDown, these guys are on Raw now. Next up, we have our first Money in the Bank qualifier match, this time for the women, First up is the Women's Money in the Bank qualifier match. We have Alexa Bliss versus Rhea Ripley. Alexa Bliss will defeat Rhea Ripley for a 33 rated match. So, of course, we don't have that many great stars, so she's recognizable and she's unimportant according to this database, so we have a lot to do. We are probably going to drop a size, but, that's fine. We just got to build up our stars. Next up, we have a number one contenders fatal four-way match to determine who will face off against Bianca Belair at Money in the Bank. We have Tamina, Carmella, Doudrop, and Nikki Cross, and Carmella will win this match, pinning Tamina. This is a 20 rated match. Oof. Who had the best performance? Doudrop had the best performance. Okay. Doudrop had the best performance. Next up, we're in a backstage segment. The Usos are walking backstage and they run into the Street Profits, and the Street Profits are saying, "Hey, Usos, the big man Triple H just told us you are going to be facing off against us at Money in the Bank for the Raw Tag Team titles." The Usos say, "Look, we've already beat you one time. This isn't going to be any challenge, Us." And they just walk off. So essentially this establishes Triple H, the Street Profits versus the Usos at Money in the Bank for the Raw Tag titles. Not both tag titles, but the Raw Tag titles. 38 rated segment. Next up, our men's Money in the Bank qualifier match for the first one. Bobby Lashley versus Babatunde. Lashley had a 60 rated performance. Babatunde had a 30. 44 rated segment. Bobby Lashley's getting better at his gimmick. That's good. And a Wild Brawl was not the correct one to go with. That's not good. Next up, we have another Money in the Bank qualifier match. This time for the women. We have Asuka versus Sonya Deville. 39 rated segment. Asuka beats Sonya Deville with a spin kick. Asuka, of course, having the better performance. Next up, we have a backstage segment. David Otunga is interviewing both Finn Balor and Damian Priest to the Judgment Day. Finn Balor is hyping Damian Priest up and saying that Damian Priest is going to win the Money in the Bank match. He's going to win his qualifier, and he's going to go on to Money in the Bank and win the briefcase and bring home either the WWE or Universal title to the Judgment Day. So just hyping up Finn Balor. Edge should not be there. In our next Money in the Bank qualifier match for the men's, we have a 31 rated segment. Damian Priest defeats Ezekiel to qualify for the Money in the Bank match. Next up, we have a fatal four-way match to determine the number one contender to Austin Theory's United States Championship, a 36 rated segment. Jesus Christ, the announcer thing is really killing us. But, of course, AJ Styles does win this match, defeating Dominic Mysterio, Dominik Dijakovic, and Jinder Mahal with a 60 rated performance. That's good. So AJ Styles is the number one contender to face off against Austin Theory at Money in the Bank. Next up, another women's Money in the Bank qualifying match. God, this is awful. Dana Brooke defeats Zelina Vega with the Samoan Driver. Zelina Vega outperforming Dana Brooke. Maybe I should have given it to Zelina Vega. Next up, another men's Money in the Bank qualifying match. Kevin Owens vs. Kane. 44 rated segment. Of course, Kevin Owens outperforming Kane. Kevin Owens beats Kane with the stunner, qualifying for the Money in the Bank match. Next up, RK Bro vs. the Usos. This is the main event of the evening. Randy Orton pins Jimmy Uso after hitting him with the RKO. Randy Orton with a 70 rated performance. That's amazing. So that's good. We're going to have an announcer, find an announcer, probably Todd Phillips or something like that. But RK Bro defeat the Usos. But after the match, Roman Reigns comes in and he spears Randy Orton, making a statement to the Viper, essentially saying he's disrespected the Tribal Chief, he disrespected the Bloodline, he will take him out at Money in the Bank, essentially, setting up a match between those two for the, probably both titles, probably. And so, 46 rated show. We lost popularity everywhere, so of course the first show is never going to be good, and we did change the product as well in the settings, so it would have probably been worse because it's popularity based on the old one. This one's a mix between popularity and performance based, so we did better than we would have typically, but hopefully we'll eventually get better. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the Chaotic One saying peace.